in today's session of Divorce Court.
How did you have the gall?
Her actions caused me to have the affair.
Oh, don't you
Your
even
Honor.
try. Don't even try. Stop. What do you have to say about this, Mr. Young?
At the time, I was looking for comfort.
I had no idea what was even going on.
What was happening in your brain?
I was driven into that because of the situation.
Okay, I'm gonna drive you out. You were driven in because of the situation, so you say, I'm gonna drive you out.
His mistakes cost them everything, but Christine Young still wants more in today's session of Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Judge Mablean Ephriam presiding. You may be seated.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, this is the matter of Christine Young versus Kevin Young. And Mrs. Young, I'm advised that you're in court today seeking $2,198.19 from Mr. Young because of an eviction.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here to get that $2,198.19 back because we got evicted from our apartment when he couldn't pay the rent. He lost his job because he had an affair with a coworker, and I had to find out about this affair when an officer came and knocked on our door in front of our 10-month-old twin sons. He arrested him for stalking this woman. I had no idea what was even going on. I mean, in front of these beautiful children, and he didn't even tell them he loved them. He wouldn't tell me what was going on.
Wait a minute.
This went on for like 3 months. I've got stacks of letters here from her.
Slow down, slow.
He denied that I was even his wife.
No, slow down. You have said a lot in 1 minute or less. But let me try to digest it, all right? Slow down. I know you're upset, but I need to hear you, okay?
It's really upsetting because...
I can imagine if I heard what you write. Let me try to see if I heard it. You got evicted from your apartment.
Yes.
The cause of the eviction was your husband's unemployment.
Yes.
Your husband's unemployment was caused by the fact that he had an extramarital affair with his coworker.
Yes.
The police came to your house to arrest him because he was stalking this same coworker.
That's right, Your
His
Honor.
mistress.
Yes.
And the arrest was in the presence of your twin sons.
Right
All
in
of that
front of them. Right
at
in front
one
of them.
time.
It was in the evening. We're getting them ready for bed, and they're sitting there in pajamas, sobbing their little hearts out. And all he could think of to do is try and deny what's going on. He didn't care about us
And that was
at
your
all.
first indication of this
That was
affair.
my first indication. That's the only idea I ever had that there was anything going on.
Okay, so you got evicted after his arrest.
He got evicted. It was about a month later because he wasn't able to make rent.
Your Honor.
Oh, so 2 weeks later makes a
Yes.
big difference,
No,
right?
it does not, Your Honor.
So what do you have to say about this, Mr. Young?
What I have to say in regards to this is her actions caused me to have the affair.
Oh, don't you even
Your
try
Honor.
it. Don't you
Your
even
Honor,
try it.
Don't
even try. Stop. I'm not going to let you go on any further
Your
with
Honor,
that bull.
we had-
Her actions caused
Well,
the
take
affair.
care of
Let me
sons?
explain, Your Honor.
Hold on,
Taking
Miss-
care of your beautiful
Miss-
babies?
May I
Hold on, Miss
explain,
Young.
please?
I'm going to give you an opportunity to try to
Yes, Your
explain
Honor.
it.
Okay, in regards to that, we had our sons taken away for 6 months that we had in our life. I was the one being accused of the abuse. I'm the adult. I'm the male. I was the one that they were looking at for the abuse.
She's an adult too, is she not?
Correct, but I'm the male who's supposed to be hostile, who's the one they were looking at for abuse case. They took them away from us, and I had to deal with her being upset. Granted, that's something that she is, but I am the father. There are two people in this marriage.
Weren't both of you accused of the abuse?
I was the main one they were looking at because I'm the male.
All right,
It
and
was a
so-
stereotypical situation.
That's an unfortunate situation.
Correct.
Both of you were accused of child abuse. I take it you say were accused means the issue's been
It
resolved.
was already taken care of. We were dismissed of that charge, but during that time frame,
So how is she to blame for your affair?
I'm going to explain that, Your Honor. What happened was we had the situation go on. She was venting. She was thinking me the entire time.
I did all the work to get them back.
Mrs. Young,
Excuse me. Do you mind?
No, both of you. I understand you're upset, but I still have to give him an opportunity to be heard. Go on, Mr.
Okay,
Young.
Your Honor. In regards to that, she was upset. She was venting at me. I had to be there for her. I couldn't have any feelings. I couldn't say what I wanted to say. I couldn't have any emotion. It was building up. I couldn't do anything about it. She was nagging me regarding that. She had problems with my driving. She had problems with everything that I did at that time frame. And I needed somebody to talk to, somebody to console in. I just needed to be me. I needed to have somebody to to listen to what I had to say, and so I sought out somebody else regarding this issue. And I did have an affair.
Was this person called a psychologist or a psychiatrist?
Neither one, Your Honor.
Or a family counselor or a therapist?
No, actually, I consulted another. I have no problem.
Well, usually when we want to seek out someone to consult, console us, to talk to us about these nagging spouses and the emotions we're feeling from the trauma we've gone through of being accused of child abuse.
Correct.
Or any of those kinds of factors, we seek professionals.
I did not. I sought out a coworker who I did have an affair with, which I have not
And what was
denied.
her degree in?
Her degree wasn't in anything, Your Honor. We were both working as alarm monitors at this company that I was working for at the time.
So why, if you were so upset and distressed, and granted, if I were accused, and if I were in your shoes, accused of abusing my children, having to go through the system and fight that, and I know full well what that means. I haven't been accused of one, but I've prosecuted and I've defended on both sides.
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
that's traumatic.
Yes,
Give
it
it
was.
to you.
It was very
and your
traumatic.
wife is upset too.
Yes,
and the two of you are at each other's throat because she too is probably believing you may in fact be guilty of the abuse.
She asked me numerous times to make sure I did, and there were constantly.
You didn't let me finish.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I apologize.
But you don't run to the arms of another woman to
did,
solve
though.
one problem.
Yes.
Except that woman is called a therapist.
Yes, you're right, Your Honor.
Why
I
didn't
did
you
not.
seek out a therapist?
I have trouble talking with the counselor or therapist in that manner.
Why? Because they don't go to bed with you?
Nope, not at all, Your Honor. It didn't start out as that. It started out as talking with each other, getting to know each other, having somebody to finally talk to who I didn't have to, who didn't go through the same situation I was going through.
Is that why you told her I was your sister?
Well, that makes sense that you're talking to someone who is not in the middle of the affair.
Correct, and I didn't
who
tell
can
her
be sympathetic and compassionate and understanding. But why does confiding in someone have to lead to sex with someone? Now, take me there.
That's something that I can't explain, Your Honor. I do admit that was.
Can't.
Yes, Your Honor. I do know that that's not something that I should have done. I don't deny the affair that did occur. I do.
So what did that do? Did that solve your situation?
Actually, it made everything worse.
Or did that increase the problems?
Once it was found out, it made it worse.
Just escalated, right?
Yes, it did, Your Honor. And I was planning on telling her, but then with the stalking incident, that was exonerated. I was never charged.
Stalking?
What happened is I encouraged her to tell her husband regarding that.
No. You're telling me the woman had a husband?
I believe she did, too. I encouraged her to tell her.
She did.
Wait a minute.
I encouraged her to tell also.
You encouraged her to tell her husband. How noble of you.
When Divorce Court continues, shocking testimony on how Kevin tore Christine's family apart.
He even locked my parents out of their home.
You can't just throw somebody away because he's stupid and makes stupid mistakes.
If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourt.com. Divorce Court continues in the case of Christine Young versus Kevin Young as the judge questions Kevin about stalking his secret lover.
Mr. Young, you're stalking this woman.
And
you're accused of stalking?
Yes.
And I believe you got a restraining order issued against you for stalking.
And I was never charged with anything.
You weren't what?
I've not got any stalking or anything on my record.
If you got a restraining order granted by a court of law for stalking, and according to the documents that were given to me, a restraining order was in fact issued against you for stalking.
That is correct.
That means that the judge found sufficient evidence
to warrant that.
To warrant that, you're right, which means you were stalking her.
Okay, but there wasn't sufficient evidence to charge me with the crime of stalking.
Okay, but you got a civil order, and they gave you this warning first before they gave you the criminal order. But don't stand here and tell me you weren't doing anything.
No, I admit that I tried to get her to do something she shouldn't.
So now here's my question. You're dating somebody else.
That is correct.
Who you're, quote, confiding in. Obviously, at some point, this woman got tired of your confiding in you and decided she wanted to break off.
No,
and didn't want to confide anymore.
Decided we shouldn't.
That's exactly what happened. It says in the
hold on,
letter.
Miss Young.
Continue, ma'am.
She obviously got tired of the situation, felt a little guilty since she was a married woman, too. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, she was.
And asked you to leave her alone.
That's what happened.
And you get your wife in trouble because, well, you don't get her in trouble.
No,
you get the police coming to your house, knocking on your door because here you are, a married man running after somebody else that no longer wants you.
That is correct.
You should have felt like an idiot, did you?
Oh, yes, I did at that time, Your Honor. I felt like a big idiot because I wanted to tell her on my own and not have.
So that's how your wife found out?
That's how she found out.
That's how I found out. And he didn't even have enough guts. He didn't love us enough to even say that I was his wife. He told her right here that I'm his sister. And those
He
are
wrote
his
her
nephews.
letters?
We had letters.
These are all the letters. There's a whole stack of them.
You're writing this woman saying, this is my sister I'm living with and these are my nephews?
I didn't tell her anything about what the whole case was.
Children. He did
Let
not
me see what the letters say.
The letters are very tight. They tell lots of stuff, and I lost the ones from that. She conveniently lost the ones that were written back and forth.
These are your pretty little redhead twins.
They're adorable.
Oh, they're so
They're very
darling.
nice.
He hasn't even seen them in 3 weeks.
I've been doing a construction work with her
You jeopardized
father.
this because you were upset and you... Oh, come on.
No, Your Honor, I still have my visits with them. I visit with them when I can.
A married woman would write all of these letters like this? This is dozens of letters.
That is correct.
This was going on during
So
the
the
time
two
that
of
our
you really
children were
didn't care.
gone.
No. And I did not love my wife at the time either. I haven't loved her for a while.
So you haven't loved her for a while.
And
why then did you have to go and take up a relationship with someone else who's already married and compound the situation? All you had to do was say, look, wife, I don't love you anymore. This marriage is over. I'm going to get a divorce and move on to a single person.
If he loved me.
Now, how does that help you any getting tangled up in another web?
It doesn't help at all, and I realize that looking back on it, but only in hindsight. At the time, I was looking for comfort.
Well, what were you doing when you signed this reconciliation contract saying what you wanted to do to get back together with me?
Okay,
What did he say?
In regards to
He wrote down all
Honor,
these things that he would do.
What did he promise?
He promised that he would not use the computer because he was addicted to the internet. He would spend all night on it. He even locked my parents out of their home one day using their computer. He
Locked
didn't
your-
bring the
how
baby's
did he lock
formula
your
over.
parents
They
out?
had no formula all day, and I was stuck without a car because he was locked in my parents' house using their computer.
Wait a minute, he went up to your parents' house.
I made him stay at my parents' house because I couldn't take it. It hurt too much.
It was right after
and
it
he
occurred.
used their computer. They'd asked him not to, and he kept doing
Hold
it
on a second,
anyway.
Miss Young. I need you to take a breath because I can't understand you when you're crying.
I'm sorry.
Okay, calm down.
He
Now tell me what the reconciliation contract was.
It's a contract. He wouldn't use the computer, that he would let me take care of the money because he'd been spending it, I guess, on her or something, that he would take care of the boys instead of playing the video games and not taking care of them when I was gone, and that he would do the chores to help out with them because, I mean, twins are a lot of work, and he never did any of them.
So basically he said that he would be a husband and do what he's supposed to do.
And he agreed that he would go to counseling, and he didn't.
And you said you let him live with your mother?
They were nice enough to let him live with them rather than letting him go out onto the street, and he just...
But left you there to be evicted?
Yeah.
May I explain, Your Honor?
Is this your mother?
Yes, this is my mother.
Step forward. Explain this. What's your name?
Ethel Price.
Now, Miss Price, you allowed Mr. Young to live with you while your daughter got evicted?
I took him into my home because she asked me to. She asked me. She didn't know what she was going to do. Initially, he had signed this contract. He was going to try. He wanted to make the marriage work. He was going to go to counseling. He was going to do all these things. I wanted to support her because she couldn't decide what to do yet. That's what she asked me to do. I loved Kevin. I took him into our family. We've helped him over the years with rent, with food.
So you're saying you paid him when they were together?
When they were together, when they were apart, even because I care about Kevin. You can't just throw somebody away because he's stupid and makes stupid mistakes. It's taken me a long time to realize that he's selfish and irresponsible and immature.
Hold on a second. What I don't understand is, why is Kevin, Mr. Young, living at your house?
That was short term.
With a roof over his head.
She still has a roof over her head. That was before the eviction went through. And then when he locked me out of my house, he invaded the privacy of my bedroom, went in and got the computer keyboard out of my dresser and hooked it up, locked me out of the house. I had to threaten to call the police to get him to let me in the door.
Oh, you didn't do something like that?
Out.
Did I let her
I
lock the door?
kicked him out and sent him home again. She moved in with me.
All right.
And then the eviction went through for him. I helped her to get in an apartment and so forth.
Now I understand. That makes sense. Thank you, Mrs.
And
Price.
all three of us were accused of abuse, by the way. It was not just directed
I know, but
at Kevin.
we have a court order that says none of you were found guilty of abuse.
That's right, but we were all accused of that.
Wait a minute. I have a copy of the court order that says there is absolutely no evidence to sustain or to believe that either of you had abused the children, that it was a condition they had, that it was unexplainable, medically unexplainable, but it was certainly not at the hands of either one of you. I thank you for
But
that.
Your Honor, during that time, I asked him to tell me what he was feeling.
Ms.
He
Price,
could have confided in me and help.
Ms.
Gotten
Price,
help. He
Ms.
didn't
Price,
want to.
I've heard what I need to hear from you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. How did you have the gall to lock your mother-in-law out of her home after she graciously allowed you to live there?
And that was something I should not have done at the time.
Oh, and that's all you can say, something I should not have done at the time?
No, I realized that that was a stupid error that I made. I admit that.
Stupid is not the word.
When divorce court continues, Judge Mablean lays down the law.
You were driven in because of the situation, so you say, I'm going to drive you out.
Closed captioning for divorce court provided by... If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourt.com. Divorce court continues in the case of Christine Young versus Kevin Young as Kevin defends his actions.
What was going through your head that you could lock out somebody out of their own house? What was happening in your brain?
An escape from the computer from everybody else.
It was on lockdown, huh?
Yes, it was. I used the computer. I used all that stuff as an escape because I did not have anything with my wife.
You couldn't have anything with your wife because you were spending too much time with your mistress and you were focusing on her and you were so caught up in it, you're about to go to jail. You did go to jail, which causes more problems. And now your wife gets evicted. What are you supposed to do about that?
What am I supposed to do about her being evicted?
Yes.
The whole situation that arises as to why that occurred and everything, even previous in the marriage when we had problem stuff, I was the main one that was working most of the time. Granted, there were times that...
I'm not talking about previous during the marriage. I'm not talking about most of the time. I'm talking about the last time when you lost your job, when you were at your mother-in-law's house, when you were not working because of your infidelity and your immaturity and your inconsideration for everybody except your immediate gratification. I want to know, what are you going to do about that now?
What am I going to do about that now?
Mm-hmm.
I was driven into that because of the situation. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, I'm going to drive you out. I'm going to drive you out because of the situation. You were driven in because of the situation, so you say, I'm going to drive you out because of the situation. And because of the situation, circumstances which you caused, actions which you could have controlled, you put your wife and your children in a position where they were evicted from their home because you were chasing somebody else's skirt tail.
And it didn't happen until the court situation with that and the fact that I couldn't confide in
whatever.
her.
I'm going to drive your reality back home, and I'm going to take you away from the computer, and I'm going to give you a dose of reality. The reality is you've got to pay that landlord.
Okay, in regards to that, in our state, normally I would only owe half of that money, and I don't understand how she's wanting the full amount.
Normally, we're going to talk about what's normal?
Yes,
you didn't use that
I
word.
wouldn't have had an affair normally.
Normally, people don't run around with other folks' wives.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Normally, men don't run away from their twins and leave them alone while they running around chasing somebody else and getting arrested. Don't talk normal to me.
No, I was using that as
We
a
way
definition.
past what's normal.
That's
I'm telling you
correct.
what I'm about to do. She got evicted from that place.
Yes.
Her mother has put her in another place, which means
Yes.
that you haven't contributed to that.
I
So
live
I'm
on my
taking
own.
half of the money for the other place, and I'm adding a little bit more for the future. How about that?
Okay, I still...
That's what I'm doing. $2,198.19 you're ordered to pay. Is that plain?
That is understood.
Is that clear?
Yes, I can't afford that, though, at this time.
Well, you know what? You couldn't afford to run around either, could you?
No, I understand that, Your
All
Honor.
right, figure it out. Pay it. That's the order of the court.
All rise.
I feel the verdict was fair. I mean, after all what he's put this family through, it's the least he can do.
I couldn't say anything to her because I'm not happy with the decision.
He never cared about them, and he didn't even care enough to tell me he didn't want to be married and just to leave.
I tried numerous times to try to get information out. I was never heard. I was never listened to.
They're so selfish, they didn't take anything into consideration. There's two beautiful children now that don't have a father. Their family's broken up, and all they cared about was themselves.
We were never compatible in the beginning. I feel we shouldn't have married at that point, and I still feel that way.
I don't think that they're going to have a relationship with their father. I don't think the boys will ever love him. He doesn't take care of them. He doesn't love them. He doesn't even want to visit them.
With my twins, I want to be the best dad I can for them. I want to have a good relationship with them, but I don't want to have anything with my wife.
I want him to give up custody, to give up his parental rights so that they can have a real father who cares about them.